Well, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Just got in from catching some trout, and we're back here at camp. This is kind of a thing that I do every year. I come up camp with the boys, and pretty much everybody has campers. And I did not bring my camper because I wanted to test out what is in this bag here behind me, and that is a teepee style tent that is a hot tent. We literally still have snow on the ground. This is the first time coming up here where it's legit snow. We're up here in Oklahoma, and it is going to be cold at night, below freezing. And I basically have a floorless tent with a stove in it that I have never used. I want to try this out. I want to set it up, and we are going to attempt to catch some trout as well and take them back to our hot tent. My buddies are over here camping in their nice luxury campers. They got their generators running, and it's soupy over there though. It's really wet. So I thought I'll just come over here to the snow. It's gonna be wet and nasty either way, but I wanna see how hot the tent will get and melt the snow, if it will melt the snow, and let it burn throughout the evening and hopefully dry out the ground to where when I sleep in it, it's gonna be nice and cozy. So let's break it open and get to work. Okay, let's get started. Now this tent, why I got this tent was to maybe use backpacking or something like that, you know, going on backcountry hunting trips and fishing trips. But I definitely thought about this place too, just coming up here trout fishing and how cold it gets. And I've never slept in a hot tent. I've always wanted to try it. So the whole entire thing is basically in this bag. This is ultralight tent. It's made by Argali, or mountain hunting brand. And I've set it up before and I've slept in it, but I've never used the stove element, which is what we're gonna be adding on here today. So we'll set up the tent part, which isn't anything special, but it is kind of cool. It is a pretty easy setup. Essentially a big teepee. Now we'll stake it down. Got a bunch of ice to get through here. Now that we got it pretty well staked down, we got one tent pole. Isn't that cool? It's just gonna go right in the middle. Put it together here. You know, hiking, you had trekking poles. You could just use a trekking pole or a stick, whatever. But this is one that comes with it that's adjustable. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so now that we have our tent set up, we've got to set up the chimney. And what I went ahead and did was put together the stove. It's pretty simple, but essentially this would break down if you want to backpack it. Throw it in a pack, and then I've got the stovepipe, the chimney. Now it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and burn a lot of the stuff off that's, you know, metal and stuff. Fresh metal, never been used before I sleep in it. So I want to get the snow out of the way. I'm curious to know how hot it's going to get, how much of the snow is going to be melted off. And B, we're going to be burning off whatever, you know, chemicals or whatever on the metal itself. Just playing with it, you know, my hands were like black. So probably not something I want to be breathing in. There's a little hole in the top, in case you're wondering, that's going to hold this stovepipe. And it actually has like a rubberized, special rubberized material on it that can take the heat. It's heat retardant. You're coming in too. So the teepee style actually has quite a bit of room. I'm really curious to see how much it's gonna heat up. So let's open up the zipper and then show you guys my big pipe. This is a Chinese finger trap. This thing is just one of the wonders of the world right here putting together. The tent part is easy. The stovepipe, that's a different program. It's gonna get a little wild when we pull it out. This is titanium. Okay, here's the rings. So the rings are gonna go around here and keep the form. Keeping the form is the deal. Watch this. That's our stovepipe right there. I know, it looks like a big thing of tin foil, it essentially is, but we're gonna roll it the opposite way that it was just in the sleeve, attempt to, and then form it up. Like battling a sea dragon. Pretty much gave up on trying to make it look like pretty and perfectly symmetrical, cylindrical. I am sure someone out there will instruct me on the proper way. Please do your best in the comments. Hello? Open the zipper, grab the latch, and pull it. Careful, it'll snap back. I had this nice sandwich. Put my boat in the water yesterday. I forgot it, so the kids are eating my sandwich. Okay, at this point we do have a pipe. It ain't the prettiest pipe, but it'll do. Let's get warm and toasty at our teepee. See my hands? My hands are just like black from all the yucky stuff that's on there, so I'm gonna try to burn that off. Come on in, let's check it out. So we got our stove ready to go. We'll put some burnables in there. This pipe just plops in there essentially. And then I'm gonna be sleeping over here. Yeah, once that thing's hot though, I really don't wanna have to touch it, so let's make sure it's where we want it. Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. I guess we'll go fire in the front. Okay, and then we're gonna gather some things to burn. Now we're gonna head over to my buddy's camp, grab some logs. I'm really interested to see how warm this is gonna be, because for cold weather camping, this light setup, it could be the program. Look at that wood pile. I'd say they got it figured out. Start with a couple of these. Now technically I could just take any kind of little twigs and stuff and put them in there and burn it. A lot of the stuff's wet around here right now, but I got some decent dry wood, and you know, just having to shove those little sticks in there all the time is going to be annoying at night, so I want to at least have this little thicker, you know, heavier oak, so that I don't have to get up all the time and keep it going. By the way, this is the safer way to split your wood when you just have a hatchet instead of trying to hack at it. Turn it upside down, Flip it. Flip it and rip it. Oh. Little gut hook's having a hard time in there, but it's still getting the job done. Now we have some kindling size little pieces, little starter wood, and I got my secret weapon. Fat wood. Colorado fat wood. Shout out to my boy Outlaw. That stuff right there, God, it smells like the mountains. But there's enough sap in these things to keep them lit almost like a candle, you know, for a few minutes to where you can get your kindling going. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to light a couple of these pieces, and then I'm going to start stacking these in here, and hopefully it catches. That one went right away. Stick these in here. It's looking good. Got our little fire just beginning in there. Big things start with small beginnings. That's what they say. Put some pretty good size pieces of wood in there. This is going to be good. Now we're getting a little crackle. That's what we want to hear. Need to make this thing like a sauna if we're gonna melt all this snow. I can already tell you though, because I just placed my finger on that pipe on accident, it is toasty. There is heat going up there. Stepped away to grab my, oh my gosh, it's hot in here. Holy cow, it's hot. It's hot in here. I'm talking sweat lodge, sauna stuff. Oh, it's also pretty daggum smoky. Even the wood on top of the thing is starting to light on fire. Oh my gosh. Now that is a hot box if I've ever seen one. Look at that. Even that wood is like smoking. That's crazy. Well guys, this snow might actually melt. I'm gonna set up a time lapse and see what it does. I'm gonna have to keep fueling it obviously. But we got this baby roaring in here, and I'm gonna zip it up. Smoke it out. It's not very often that a Texan gets to shovel snow. Let's head out to the river. We've got probably 4 hours till it gets dark. We're on, baby. We're on. Let's go. Come to my stringer. Oh, that's a good eater. That's a good eater. There we go. Dadgum. That's a nice one. Okay, let's get you on the stringer, buddy. Got ourselves some dinner. Just had a couple bite me, and they were thumping my spinner, but they weren't really eating it, so tied on a little, it's called a super duper, and I got that guy. Come on, we're gonna put you in some tin foil, stick you on the hot stove. Oh, just got another bump. Oh, there we go, there we go. He was bumping, he was following it. He's not as big. Not as big, but he will eat. Landed. Yes, sir. Took me a little bit to find him here. And we can keep one more. So let's just try to go ahead and do that. Just to say we got a limit. Oh gosh, smoked it. Smoked it. We are on, baby. Third one. Third one on the line. Not as big. Yes, y'all. We got our food. Now it's time to head back to our hot tent. We're going to get these guys cleaned up, and we're going to put them on top of the stove. I've never cooked this way. I'm excited to try it out. So let's go. So our trout have been literally on snow, on ice. It's kind of cool. And now we're gonna clean them. Coolest thing about it, you don't need a fillet knife, you just need a pocket knife. Got my old timer right here. We're gonna put it to work. Just a little cut behind the head. And then you're gonna go from the anus up. Oh, that's a female, got eggs. Basically go up to the throat, and then you're gonna pull apart, put your thumb below the throat, pull apart. Man. Look at that row. All right, then you just take your thumb, press in on the cavity, and press up, just to get that little bloodline out of there. Give it a swish. Catch it one last time. And then usually what I'll do, if I have my net with me, is I'll just toss them in the net, kind of keep them in there. That's all you got to do. Let's chef it up, shall we? The old Team Reynolds wrap. Might double wrap these puppies because we are going on some pretty hot stuff. Take our slippery trout. We're gonna place it in there. We're gonna go with some SPG, which is now everywhere. And I like to eat the skin, so I'm gonna go on the inside, place a couple butter tabs on the inside. Butter tabs, wrap it up, wah-bam. Okay, trout are ready. Let's take them to the heat. It's pretty much coals right now, which I think it's gonna be perfect to cook these trout. Set them on top here. Look at this, you got a lot of real estate. Just a little bit of the tail sticking out. I might throw another log on the Barbie though. While I'm fanning that, you guys can see, I cleared out this area, had a little bit of snow left, now it's just water. That is obviously still all snow, but we got a nice area to put our bedding in here. It's gonna be soupy. There we go. Oh yeah. You can hear that sizzle now. She's cooking. I had to get her ripping. Get it cooking, but now it's going. They're getting hot. That's kind of nice. I mean, if I had my bedding right here and it was dry, fortunately it's not. Just lay right here, get a little moonshine, stoke my fire, watch my trout. My only worry is it's just going to be like smoky. I have this door I need to put on. I can't really leave it open because it's just going to smoke out. Look at this patina on the pipe. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, the pipe's not smoking anymore. It's putting out straight heat. About time for another flipperooski. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, daggone. Hot pocket. Oh. Keeping her going. Look at that. Doesn't they look like fun? Wintertime fun. Alright guys, I found myself a little carpet tile in the truck to sit on. And I think it's probably about time for these puppies to come off. They are hot, dadgum. They are hot. I'm gonna lay them down here in the dirt. I might have overdid them, but just wasn't sure. Oh yeah, they're steamy. Steamy boy. Hot, steamy trout. When this thing is closed in, God, the smoke is just coming out. It's too much. It's scary. Hot box. It is unreal how much heat this thing puts out. I mean, you could be in a real bad situation weather-wise with one of these, and if you had wood to burn in here, I think you'd be just fine. Plus, you can set your socks kind of up top, or your waders or whatever, and that's all going to dry out with this heat that's rising through here. I did just open this vent so it could vent out some of the heat. Let's crisscross applesauce in here and see if we can dig one of these trout out. Oh, that tail is crispy. I think I overcooked them. First time using this unit. Wasn't quite sure, but I think it'll still eat all right. This is the big one right here. Okay, I'm gonna put it on our plate. A little more crispy than what I like, but nice thing about a trout is it's pretty fatty. Let's dig in here for a big bite. Oh yeah. I probably needed 5 less minutes on this trout, but it's still really good. And I wasn't sure if you'd actually be able to cook on this thing, if it would get hot enough to do that. But if you stoke it up with some good wood, it is definitely capable of cooking your meal. Guys, this thing was swimming just an hour or two ago, but now it's going in my face, and I absolutely love it. Catch, clean, and cook right here. Yeah, buddy. Oh no! Dang it, I lost my trout. That's unrecoverable. It's in the mud. The only thing left to see now with the tent and the stove setup is how it sleeps. Well, it's about 10 p.m. Time to go down. The pipe of the stove is like a black color now. I've had this thing roaring for hours and hours and hours, and everything should be burned off. Just laying in here right now, I feel like I'm just settling in. I feel like I could take my sweatshirt off and sleep fine. Like, this feels about 75, maybe 80 degrees in here right now. And as I, creep towards the edge of the tent, it's cool, but wow, the radiant heat coming off of this thing. And I just closed it up. I shut it down, so it's not getting as much air. There's a little bit of smoke creeping out of the bottom. It's kind of like I'm smoking myself. I'm like a little smoked sausage in here. But I've got the vent open up there. I guess you just deal with it, But it's probably not something you should do every day. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna lay down here and see if I can go to sleep. I'm sure this is gonna go out, and it's gonna be in the 20s within a couple hours. But we'll see how long it lasts, and I will see you guys in the morning. I actually slept good in here until like 2 a.m. and that's when I noticed the heat was gone. There's a few embers in there. Woke up again at like 4, and I've just kind of been off and on. It's freezing. My face is freezing. My toes and everything are toasty. But I ripped my bag. I burned my bag on the freaking stove, and now I got down feathers popping out everywhere. So I gotta go patch that bad boy. Just to give you guys like a actual timestamp here. Actual timestamp, there you go, 6:15. Just in case you were doubting if I was actually sleeping in here. This would normally be where I would like get another fire going inside, but it's time to go fishing. There we go. Oh, this trout is like behind me now. The trout was trying to get in my pants. Can you believe that, y'all? Okay, gave it a quick dangle. We're back from our trout trip. Overall, thoughts and opinions on the hot tent? I would definitely do it again. I would just cut myself some smaller pieces of wood so I could put them in there, shut that door, and I'm not getting smoked out. When I woke up early this morning at 2 a.m., I wasn't about to start chopping wood, and I didn't want to leave that door open and have it get smoky and smoldery and, just, I don't know, pass out in my sleep. Nope, never wake up. Fun little experiment, though. I'll definitely be using the hot tent again, and it's pretty cool that you can cook on it as well. Worked perfect for those trout. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Hope you're staying warm, and I'll see you on another outdoor adventure.